In this video, I'm going to show you how to recover $50,000 in dead leads using this AI recovery system. Hi, my name is Enzo. If you're new to the channel, help home service businesses make more money with AI. That way, you don't have to wonder where your next job is coming from. So, if that sounds like any interest at all to you, keep watching, sub to the channel. You're not going to regret it. All right, let's jump into it. So, I'm just going to dive straight into it. Let's start with the problem. Okay. The problem is that unfortunately, your CRM is like a graveyard of dead money. You have a lot of leads sitting there that have not been followed up with, and you don't know what to do with them. So, for the sake of the example here, let's take 500 dead leads that you have in your CRM or your pipeline. And let's say out of those 500 dead leads, your average job is $5,000. What does that give you? That gives you $250,000 worth of money just sitting there in your pipeline wasted. You're not following up with them, you're not sending them emails, SMS, and you have no type of AI follow-up system to make sure that you have the best chance at converting them into jobs. Okay. And there's actually three types of dead leads. And I don't know if you're aware of them, but they're split up in these three categories. So either you send them an estimate, but they never actually got back to you. So that screams they're not interested in your services, or you just have bad systems in place. So this is number one. Number two, they say, oh, I'm just shopping. And that was like 6+ months ago, and you still haven't followed up with them, right? That's a dead lead. Number three, you lost that lead to a faster competitor, right? In this game, in the home service game, it's all about speed to lead. If it takes you more than a minute or more than 10 minutes to reach to a lead, after they just entered your pipeline, you've already lost them. It should not take you more than 10 minutes. And a lot of people say, oh, I get back to my leads all within an hour. Even an hour is a lot, right? You can lose a lead within 10 minutes, just like that, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can reduce your speed to lead to literally less than a minute, less than 10 minutes. That way you never have a problem of losing leads to a competitor that's way faster than you. Okay, so let's jump into it. I'm going to show you the solution to this. So the solution is actually something I call the 90-day AI lead recovery timeline. Okay, the 90-day AI lead recovery timeline to recover all of those lost leads that we just covered earlier over here. All right. So there's three phases to this timeline. Phase one is the days 1 to 30, which I like to call the blast. Okay. So it starts with the setup. In your pipeline or your CRM, whatever it is that you use, you're going to tag 847 dead leads that you quoted. Let's say you quoted them, but they actually haven't gotten back to you and you were not able to convert them into a book job. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to import, okay, you're going to import them to the lead recovery pipeline in Goa Level. Goa Level, if you guys don't know, it's a CRM that you can use to manage your quotes, leads, jobs, and all your business operations. Okay, highly recommended. Anyways, you're going to create a separate pipeline called lead recovery in high level, and you're going to import all those dead leads inside of there. That's the initial setup for whatever falls after this. Okay, now after this, you're going to implement a 3-touch sequence, which is going to be split into day 1, day 7, and day 14. Okay. Day 1 is simple. It's just SMS. You're going to send them an SMS saying, you guys still need help. We have 15% off this week. Okay. Simple. Or it doesn't have to be this specifically. Whatever offer you have that week, you just plug it into this. Okay. But you're just going to ask simply and politely if they still need your help or still need services or anything like that. And boom, you insert your offer. Now, you're also going to ask on day 7, you're going to send them an email and you're going to propose financing options. So this way, instead of them paying in full, you're going to give them an option to pay bi-weekly, weekly maybe. If it's like a large payment, if it's high ticket services, you sound like roofing or concrete, you can offer to pay like split it up in different months so they can pay over multiple months. Either way, offer financing. This is the good options. This, you're going to make a lot of conversions over here. Now, the last step of the 3-touch sequence is day 14. This is important. If they still haven't converted by now, you're going to have your AI sales rep call them to qualify the lead. So the AI sales rep is going to give them a call saying, "Hey, I'm just following up back on the quote that we gave you guys a few months ago. Did you get a chance to talk to your wife or talk to your husband, or you're going to try and offer them like a better pricing or a better financing plan, right?" Again, it loops back over here. If they didn't see that email, you offer the financing over the phone with your AI sales rep. And if you still don't have an AI sales rep in 2026, you need to set one up right now. Okay. It's very useful. It automates your business pretty easily, and it's going to call back all your leads to try and book them in once again if they didn't convert the first time. Okay. So that's what you do on day 14. So after this whole sequence, right, the setup, three touch sequence, these are the metrics that we have. You contacted 347 leads. Let's say you have like an average response rate of 102 leads, right? Which is like 12% of your leads. And let's say out of those 102, you managed to book 18 appointments. And out of those, let's say you have a decent show up rate and you close 14 of those into jobs. That gives you a total revenue of 90K that you recovered. That's decent. So you recovered already from the first phase of the system, you recovered 90K. All right. So let's move on to phase two. Okay. Phase two. Phase two is day 31 to day 60. This is for the rest of the leads that did not yet convert. So we're still attacking them. Okay. But this, I call this the nurture. This is the nurturing process. We're nurturing the leads. And there's three levels to this nurturing process. First, it's the hot leads. So out of those remaining leads that we have 40 leads that are in the hot category. And in this category, what you're going to do is you're going to trigger an immediate AI call, and you're also going to send them the booking link while the AI sales rep is on the phone with that lead. And if you do this correctly, this can generate you easily 20 appointments out of those 40 leads. All right. That's about like a 50% booking rate, which is decent if you know what you're doing. All right. Now, second category, the warm leads. This is about 42 leads, right? Out of the remaining leads. So this is 42 leads that are warm. In this category, what you're going to do is you're going to send them again financing emails, but this time you're also going to send them testimonials of other jobs that you did for other clients. And you're also going to include all of your Google reviews in that email or in that message. You want to boost and increase your credibility here. You want to basically make it seem like you're the expert at what you do. You guys have no competitors and you're the best. That's what you want to do right here. Okay. If you do these two things correctly, the financing options, the testimonials, the reviews, and build up that credibility in the warm lead section, you should be able to generate 11 appointments at least out of the 42 that we have in this section. Okay. Now, in this section, that's just for the warm. We're going to cover this in a little bit. And the last level is the cold leads. Let's say you have 20 cold leads out of the remaining leads. You don't do anything here. I see a lot of you still try to engage cold leads. There is nothing you can do. It's just a waste of your time, your money, and resources. So you're simply going to remove them from your list. So if this is your list, they're inside, bro. You're just going to take them out. All right. Don't bother. There's no point. You're just wasting your time. So just take them out and move on. Now, the next step is you're going to set up trigger workflows to the other 745 remaining leads. So these are still leads that have not been contacted yet through the whole system that we have set up, right? There's 745 left. So you're gonna offer them seasonal offer. Let's say it's during the winter. You're gonna send them a message saying like, "Oh, winter coming? Boom, we have a furnace deal." Or boom, we have a book before December 15, get 25% deal, right? Whatever your offer is, you're going to insert it right here. Okay. And you want to make sure it's a seasonal type of thing. So you gotta wait a little bit, right? Second thing you're going to do with the workflows is you're going to use proximity, which is something that's very, very key here. You're going to send them a message saying, "Hey, we're in your area." Let's say they're in, I don't know, Ontario. Boom, we're in your area, Ontario this week. We're offering 25% on all homeowners that book with us before the end of the month. Boom, right? easy. Proximity works perfectly because you're right there, right? It gives them convenience because you're already there, right? They're already kind of engaged. They know about your services, they know about your company. So why not book with you? All right. So there it is. That's it. And then if you do this correctly, you offer seasonal offers and you use proximity to your advantage, you should get a few additional jobs booked, at least eight out of the remaining leads that we have. All right. And that brings our total metrics for this phase to about 39 booked appointments and 29 closed jobs. And if you do the math, I'm not going to do the math right here because we got to move on. But if you do the math, that's about $125,000 in revenue recovered just from phase two that we've implemented with these two systems. All right. The nurturing process. We're nurturing the leads here. Okay. 125K. So now let's move on to step three. Okay. Phase three. This is the last phase, the final push, day 61 to day 90. I like to call this the final push because this is where you're going to make most of your conversions. All right. This is where if you don't convert anything here, whatever happens after, it's not within your control. You need to move on. All right. So it's going to start with the Hail Mary sequence. Yes, just like football, just like in football, you have a player, right, that runs a Hail Mary to make like a to do like a touchdown, right? This is like the finish line, and you got to run with the ball all the way to the finish line to do a touchdown. This is you making a touchdown for your business. That's why it's called the Hail Mary sequence. Okay. And it's split into three steps. First, day 70, you're going to offer a last chance offer. It does not have to be a discount. I'm just using a discount here as an example, but you're going to say something like last chance, 25% off. Okay. Again, it does not have to be a discount. Whatever your offer is at the time, you just insert it right over here. Okay, and that's day 70. You're gonna wait 10 days, then on day 80, you're gonna send another message. You're gonna say, sorry, not another message. This is when you trigger the AI sales rep, but this is gonna be the last call. So they already got a call before from the AI sales rep, but they might not have picked up. So if they didn't pick up, you call them again on day 80. Okay. So the goal here is the AI sales rep is going to call them. They're going to try to quote them once again, right? If they don't remember the quote from their last conversation, and they're going to try once again to get them booked in onto your calendar. So that's what this day is for. And then the last day, day 90, if the lead or client still hasn't taken any action, whether it's by email, whether it's by phone call, whether it's by SMS, you're just going to send them simply a friendly goodbye email. And this is kind of like reverse psychology because let's say you send a goodbye email. They have two choices. Either they acknowledge that they really don't need your services, they don't care, and they're gonna brush it over, or they're intrigued. They're like, oh wait, why are they saying goodbye to me? Let me see what they're talking about. Let me see what they actually offer. Maybe it's not really a goodbye. You know what I mean? It's kind of like reverse psychology, but that's the last step here. Friendly goodbye email. At this point, they're not going to convert, so just give up. It's been 3 months. Move on. All right. So that's it. Now let's cover the final metric for this phase. The final metrics here, you should be expecting at least like three final bookings. Out of those bookings, again, if you have a good show up rate, good closing rate, you should get at least two jobs closed. And if it's like an average of $5,000 per job, that's about $10,000 in revenue. Decent. $10,000 that you recovered in revenue. Remember, all these revenue numbers are recovering would have been otherwise lost, but you're recovering them with these sequences that are all AI automated that we just covered right now. Okay. But we're not done. We're not done. We have to cover the total lead recovery results. Okay. Because this is all separate. You have to put them all together now so we can see the true impact that this would have on the business numbers and on the overall revenue and lead recovery. Okay. So total lead recovery results, you would have $225,000 recovered, which is huge. Okay. This is huge. This would have been otherwise lost. And the key statistics here are 148 leads that are re-engaged. That's about like 18% of the leads out of the, how much did we have in total in the beginning? Let's see here. 847. Okay. So very, very decent number. 148 leads re-engaged, 53 appointments booked. Again, decent. 35 jobs completed, and let's say the average job is $6,400 a year. Now, let's see what the return on investment would be into your business, right? Because these numbers, yes, they're good numbers, but you have to understand how is it actually making you money back, right? So the only investment that you would have to make in this whole AI lead recovery system here is two things, okay? First is Go High Level, which is the CRM where you can implement all this, and then the AI credits for the AI text, the AI sales reps calls, because you get billed per minute, per second, whatever. So that's the only thing that you would have to invest, and it'd be like approximately like what $491, which is nothing. So your total ROI combining your investment with these numbers, these total numbers, 225K recovery in revenue would be 45, yeah, 45,000%, which is huge. You can honestly not get better than this for your business when it comes to recovering leads, right? Now, these are big numbers that we use here. Let's say we use some conservative numbers, okay? Something a little bit more realistic. Let's say instead of 700 or 847 leads, you had 200 leads instead. And let's say that your average job ticket is a little bit low, $2,500. Okay, let's say you're just doing something that's low ticket. And let's say your closing rate is 10%. Even then, you're still recovering $50,000, which would have been otherwise lost revenue. Okay, you're still recovering $50,000 in lost revenue if you implement this whole sequence correctly. So that's up to you. That's everything I had to cover for today for this video. If you liked the video, you got some value from it, all I ask is that you leave a quick like, comment, and subscribe down below. Now, if you got a lot of value from this video and you're wondering what the implementation of an AI lead recovery system like this could look like for your business, I'm just going to leave a link down in the bio, and then you can book a free call with me. That way I could show you what this would actually look like for your business and if it will actually help you out. All right. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.